Okay, we got it. We got it. We got it. Oh, God. Where the hell am I going? Okay, this is awful. This is awful.
Left of crest, opens 40, 6 right.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I am Scorpso3. Today we are going to be as a voiceover, and strangely enough, we're going to be playing WRC with the controller, out of all things. And the reason why we're going with the controller is because I have hurt my back over the New Year's Eve period. Had a little bit too much fun where I was in Bright in Victoria in Australia. And yeah, funnily enough, hurt my back. So there's going to be no sim at the moment for now. And we're going to be stuck with playing EA WRC via controller. Now, there's a few things you should know about me and controllers, is that I do not play rally games or car games on controller. So this is going to be pretty interesting, and I'm going to be pretty terrible. So what I did was kick a race off, a stage off. I found the most basic stage that I could find, and just made it something that will hopefully be easy for me to learn how to use the controller, because it's going to be a pretty big learning curve, I've got a feeling, as you can tell by me sliding off the track. And to be honest, the controller feels very alien to me. It feels like it makes no sense whatsoever as I'm trying to wind my way down this road and disappear off into the bushes. And then as I try to come back, let's just say we visit a house along the way. Yeah, using a controller was extremely difficult. I found that the controller doesn't really give you a very good feel of how the car's behaving, and compared to a sim, as I nearly tip the thing over and head out into some form of crop out here, it doesn't feel very intuitive, I guess. You don't get much feedback from the car itself, and it makes it very hard to drive, man. Very hard to drive, and I've got some serious respect for anyone out there who is making great times and setting great times with a controller, because obviously you just get good with whatever you're good at. And yeah, if you've had plenty of practice with a controller, I dare say that you're pretty good at it by now. But for me, geez, it's a massive learning curve, and pretty difficult, especially to try and be fast. And just to try and keep the car on the road, as you can see, all over the shop. How do you like my livery on the old WRX? Something that I've just knocked up in the new livery editor since the update, and it's a lot better as I just pummel into that wall. Yeah, the old controller is really not liking me. And I think one of the hardest things about the controller first picking it up was that it seemed to have a massive dead zone in it, and I had to sort of tweak the dead zone out of it in the settings. And I think that with the controller, once you get it set up correctly, it makes it a hell of a lot easier to steer. Because I found that trying to catch slides was extremely difficult on the factory settings. Yeah, it was all over the shop, but we survived the first stage, barely, just. And we're going to kick off now, and I think we're going to move on to, let's just say I was a little bit overconfident at this point. I was like, yeah, okay, I made it. I made a stage. I'm good now. Now I can go and race someone in a time trial and see if I can beat them. Big mistake, I think you'll find, because I went to the snow in the Focus RS Rally 2008, 315 brake horsepower, 2 litre. And I thought, you know what? I can do this. I can beat this guy. It'll be no worries. It might take me a couple of goes while I get used to it. and go check out Sweden, and we'll just race him. And I think that was a little bit of a mistake, jumping in like that. But you know, you got to give it a go. You never know if you don't go. So here we go, Rally Swedes. Cars are looking good. Went for the outside view for a little bit in this rally, and then I thought I might try the bonnet view, that might be easier. But I think I do switch it up, so I'm going we're away. And you'll see that the stutters have gone in this game, already pushing wide. As we come flying in here, we're like, yeah, we're good, we're doing this easy. Already the guy just takes off in front of me. A little bit slow with the controller, just trying to keep the car on the road, which obviously didn't work. And then I just thought, well, I've got to try and get used to it while I'm here, so let's just go for a little bit longer. And I must say, at this stage, when I bang into that hay bale there, is that I'm missing the sim already. I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be so much harder than I ever thought possible. Oh god. As I'm just bouncing off the walls, trying to take shitty shortcuts, and yeah, it's difficult, I must say. We hit a big jump, and here we go. I think we're going to get into a few, oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Awkward as hell. Oh, bang. Gone. Yep. Okay. We're doing well here. Controller's working a treat. And, yeah, I think you should try it. I feel that the controller, bang, I'm terrible. Absolutely terrible. And this is where I realised that my on-screen display, I got to turn on the messages. Because when I've been racing on the sim, I haven't been using the call-outs on the screen, because I feel it makes me concentrate more. But when I'm just trying to get used to this controller, I felt if I go back to having the call-outs, the notes on the pace notes, the stage notes on the screen, that might help me a lot. So it didn't help me a lot because I still just pummeled into that fence straight away on the first corner. But we're going to stick with it because I feel it's got some potential here. And the game's still fun, I must say. It is still fun on controller. It's not as bad as I thought. And I feel you can be really fast with controller. You definitely can, and I've seen it. I've seen guys on the leaderboards that are going extremely well by using the controller. Oh, as I sort of just run up the wall. Massive jump! Oh god. Oh god, where am I going to go here? Yep. And yeah, like, I feel you can be fast. Not like that though. But you can really be fast. And it looks like the guy in front of me is having problems too. Oh, I'm taking a shortcut here. That's not where you go. Oh god. Corner cut penalty, 5 seconds. But yeah. 3 minute 05, pretty terrible, and that guy absolutely crushed me, but you know, it's a work in progress, let's say that. But I'm definitely missing the sim, I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely missing the sim. And yeah, so you can be super fast with a controller, and I've seen it on the leaderboard. People are really fast with controllers, so hats off to them, because I was having a lot of trouble trying to catch slides. I was having a lot of trouble trying to feel where the car's at. It doesn't feel very intuitive compared to the sim. And it's whatever you're used to, I get that. But you wouldn't believe how much better feel you get in a sim, in a half-decent setup simulator. And I'm pretty, I must say, blessed and just happy to have like a half-decent simulator. I mean, it's not the best in the world, but it definitely makes me feel like I'm driving the car. Like I feel like I'm at one-on-one with the car, and that I can catch slides, that I can power around corners, that I'm in control the majority of the time. Maybe not when I'm going flat out in the corners. Sometimes you feel like you're losing it, but majority of time you feel pretty good. As I almost drop it off a cliff. And I must say that I think this car was more fun to drive, the Ford Puma. It was much easier to drive on controller. Not sure why that is, but it did feel good. And maybe I was just starting to get a little bit better at it, which is also good. Because I'm not sure how long this back injury is going to take to fix up, so we could be rolling with controller for a little while. I got a feeling, but I'm hoping that it's over this week or maybe next week, as I'm driving up this wall and tipping the car on its roof. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be over soon, and then I can get back in the sim and start driving, but it's always interesting to see other perspectives on games and using controllers and how other people play. And I think it gives you a good feel for how well they've implemented things into the game. And the controller's been difficult, but it really makes me just remember my console days. It takes me back to the console days of doing everything with a controller, because you didn't have a simulator then. As I can barely navigate corners. And the old days of steering on the console, Need for Speeds, games like that you only have a controller option. Very, very difficult now when you buy a sim and you're coming from the perspective of a sim. The controller feels like kind of backwards, but it's not, and it's really playable. It is. It's just you just got to get used to it. Oh my god, here we go. We're gone. And yeah, so trying to navigate this Ford Puma across this track is becoming more difficult as it goes on. I thought I was getting better, but as I bang off that slime there, ouch. And it does get a lot more difficult, and I'm in the trees. And then I crack it a little bit, just put the power on, somehow navigate out of there. And oh god, it's not getting much better. I thought I was getting better at this, but I feel it's getting worse. And now the boot's up, and we're still trying to go fast here, still trying to fly, a little bit of a jump. But we're still powering down, we're still going flat out, just for the fun of it. And here we go. Nice. And we're just cruising along here, we're going as pretty much as quick as we can. And a little bit nervous, miss the turn altogether, which I've done so many times with controller. It's just not understand where I'm at. And then we're just going to bang off that wall. We just lost a panel. I think that was holding my rear bumper on. This car is looking absolutely destroyed, but that's what happens. And I must say, playing from the outside view is very different. It's very different. I'm so used to being inside the car on the bonnet, getting a bit lost here, and being outside the car is pretty different, but I would recommend you try it on controller if you do have a sim, just to get a feel for it, you know, just to see what other people are dealing with. And yeah, I dare say you'll jump back in the sim as soon as you can, but safe to say that I am absolutely awful on controller, but it's a hell of a lot of fun, and it's good to try it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got a little bit out of it, and I hope it was a little bit entertaining, my horrible driving skills. But thanks guys, and I'll talk to you again soon.